Hey everybody, I am here today with Christy Lusk, head of the Whitehurst campus, and we're going to talk a little bit about the recent fifth grade trip. So welcome.
Thank you.
Fifth graders, overnight trip, what could go wrong?
Yes, everything. No.
But it didn't.
But it didn't. It was actually a great experience. Everyone I've talked to, and I know it's the same for Stacy as well, it exceeded every
Awesome.
expectation we had. A little bit of a leap of faith.
Sure.
Deciding
important.
to take fifth graders who some have not even been away from home. We did start off with just a one-night trip, thinking that's kind of the sweet spot. Second night is when homesickness can settle in, and after 2 days of activity, tired and ready to go home. And so it was really the perfect amount of time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, I saw a bunch of kids when they came back. They were worn out.
Definitely wiped
As
out.
the chaperones were. Thank you, chaperones. That's
Yes,
a big deal.
It is
So,
a big deal.
where'd y'all go?
So we went to Camp Montgomery in Stark, Florida.
Okay.
And the facility there is basically set up for summer camp.
Okay.
But the group we partnered with is called Pathfinder Outdoor Education. They are out of Tampa, Florida. And just a phenomenal group of individuals, very professional, dialed in to the mission of what we wanted this program to be, and that was to bring the Whitehurst and Ponte Vedra Beach campuses together,
Sure.
so that these kids aren't seeing each other for the first time when they head over to Bartram.
Right. That's really
So,
important.
yeah,
Tell me
that's
about
great.
some of the activities.
So we were broken up into 7 different groups, and kids rotated to every activity, everything from the rock climbing wall to tree climbing. We took a creek hike, some team building, a challenge course where they had to work together, and some of those activities were them not talking to each other, but using hand signals and trying to communicate, especially with people they had just met. So it was really, really fun to watch them get out of their comfort zone a little bit and get to know each other in
Right.
that way.
I think that's super important. We're committed to this. We started an 8th grade trip this year. We started a 5th grade trip, and we're looking to expand into the other grades. But there is so much more to education beyond what is happening in the classroom. I mean, the classroom is super important, and we're never going to move away from that. But taking them out of their comfort zone, I think they learn a lot about themselves.
Yes, yes. And I think, too, just watching them encourage each other, even the Pathfinder facilitators mentioned just how much our kids genuinely care about each other, and they could see that. I mean, just in being with them for 2 days, gave them lots of compliments. I think we represented Bowles well, and definitely left their group with wanting to work with us again next year to plan for this.
Nice.
So,
Well done. Well done.
rave reviews from the kiddos.
Yes,
We
that's what I've heard as well.
asked for their feedback so we could decide what needed to be done differently next year, and they loved every part of it.
Sure. And are there any tweaks that you're going to look for next year in terms of what you would do?
I think the tweaks would be just making sure that the schedule allows for a little bit more downtime. We were nonstop
Right.
Until 9 o'clock the first night,
Oh gosh.
and then up the next morning with the second round of activities. We did have a small window of free time where they could throw the frisbee, shoot some basketball. Camp Montgomery has a disc golf course that some of the kiddos played, and so I think just being intentional about
Sure.
it's great to have a schedule, but they also need a little bit of downtime too.
Right.
We ended the first night with a campfire and s'mores and
Always a popular treat.
kind of coming together as a way to end our time together and reflect a little bit, but gave us an opportunity to thank the chaperones and to thank the Pathfinder organization. We ended our time together in a big circle, and each child received a green carabiner. And we had a little moment where you could walk around and exchange your carabiner with another person and tell them what you're grateful for about them. And so the charge of the gentleman who led this activity for them was, don't let this end today. Tell people that are close to you and are around you how much you appreciate
Sure.
them and encourage them in that way. So that was a really great and thoughtful way to end our time together.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
gratitude, reflection. Sounds like we're on a great path with the Pathfinders.
Yes,
For future activities.
absolutely.
So thanks to you and to Stacy and for all the chaperones. I mean, that's a big deal going overnight with
It
fifth
is.
graders.
We enjoyed it, and we're excited about doing it again next year.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you, and thanks
Yes.
to everybody out there for all that you do.